My first day with the Polestar 3 was so terrible, I almost canceled this video. There are so many decisions, like this key which just doesn't have unlock or anything useful on it. So if you want to unlock the car and it didn't on its own, come in here, come on, oh my God. But after spending a week with this masterclass in unforced errors, the Polestar 3 is now my favorite EV on the market. So why do I love this electric nugget? Well, for one, I am a simple man and oh my God! It's a fast car, oh my God! My head! Like, it is hard to put into words just how brutal the acceleration of this thing is. I should probably start warning Andy when we're gonna step on it, but even though this has 671 pound-feet of torque, that alone doesn't tell you just how insane the punch of the accelerator pedal of this thing is. Like, we know that every single electric car is very fast and has loads of torque, but that does not turn it into the whiplash simulator that this thing is. In order to achieve that, you need to have all of the suspension bushings, the motor mounts, the traction control, and all of the software working in harmony in order to be able to do, and you prepare yourself, this. Oh my God, I still bumped it. Let's back up for a second though. Who the heck is Polestar? Well, they used to be a performance brand within Volvo, but they have been split off, so they're designed in Sweden, made in China, and owned by a Chinese company. And much like putting Swedish meatballs in your hot pot, oddly tasty. The end result though, I think looks great, even if this black color that we have here is the last color that I would choose. This dark paint is not only an additional charge and shows off a whole bunch of dirt, but also hides the really cool body lines like this front spoiler right here. The headlight design is inspired by Thor's hammer, but it seems to have taken a little bit of a dip in the ocean because there's already condensation. Our model has the performance pack, so we get 22-inch rims and 6-pot Brembo brakes. Now, this thing probably would ride a little bit better if we had some slightly smaller, like 19-inch rims, but at the same time, you can already feel these tires protesting at the mass of this thing. For tires, we get some Pirelli P0s, which are summer high performances, so they're going to be getting hard pretty soon here, and they are 265/40 R22s. These tires do include Pirelli's PNCS noise cancelling material, which is like a sound absorber on the inside that does work really well. These are nice and quiet tires, but they have had some problems with that falling off, clumping up, and totally imbalancing your tires. So if you're looking for EV tires, I might skip these ones. Normally side mirrors don't get me going too much, but the ones that Volvo and Polestar have are the best. They are frameless, so the whole thing moves around, auto dimming, and I just think they look great. Oh yeah, one thing that I forgot, this does have a frunk. I haven't used it because you need to release it like a hood. You can't just like approach and click it with your non-existent buttons on your key fob. In here, there is enough space for those sort of things that you just always leave in your car. Like, we've got our tire repair kit here. You can throw a first aid kit in here or the charger. So it's not a whole waste. Back to the side, I think that the styling does look great. It's kind of like a raised wagon. This does have air suspension that can make it go up, but sadly they don't have the option to slam it. I would love that. To charge the massive 111 kilowatt hour battery, we have our charger right here, which can do up to 350 kilowatts of fast charging, which is absolutely fantastic if you actually can find a charger that'll go that fast near you. With it fully charged, you are treated to 449 kilometers of range with the performance pack, or a bit over 500 with the long range. Around the back, we have a sick looking LED tail light that also has condensation in it. To open the tailgate, you just give her a little kick. Very nice. And in here we can see a segue to our sponsor. With winter coming, the weather is going to be cold and wet, but with today's sponsor, Vessi, you don't have to be. They're well known for their footwear, like these Stormburst high tops I have on. I'm sorry, Vessi, that they're so dirty, but I've actually been wearing them because they are very comfortable, offer excellent grip, and of course are waterproof. But Vessi doesn't just keep your feet nice and dry, but also your entire body with this coastal hoodie right here, keeping me nice and warm, even though it's 7 degrees outside right now and raining a bit. Their Black Friday sale is on now, so you can get 25% off site-wide and up to 55% off on select styles. Their shoes come with a 1-year warranty, they have 30-day free exchanges or returns if they don't fit, so head to vessi.com right now to save before the sale ends on December 1st. In the trunk here, we do have quite a bit of space. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's actually not the first time it's done that to me. It kind of wants to kill you. Again, this is a very flawed vehicle. Okay, I'm actually curious now. If you accidentally trigger the thing, how hard does it hit you? Oh no, that would be fine. That could bonk you and you're not too concerned. But like I was saying, there's plenty of space in here, and I particularly like their little parcel area. So you can put this up here, something like that, and then put your bags down in here, which is great because when you floor it, if you don't have stuff in here, they will just fly all around. They also have these nice little hooks for your grocery bags right there. Ooh, she's stressing with my backpack. And also, if you have a tow hitch, you can deploy it from right here, but sadly we don't. We can lower it. Oh, does this finally give me the stance that I'm looking for? Hell yeah, there we go. Look at that, can't even get a shoe in. Hopping into the back seat, there is plenty of room for myself at 6 foot and even a very nice view through this massive panoramic roof. The rear passengers are also treated to some arse heat. You have climate controls right here, 2 USBs, and a very comfortable armrest in the center with a couple of cup holders. Hopping into the driver's seat, we have a bunch of very nice materials, but the nicest of them all is the sound system, and I cannot wait to listen to it again. In here we have the 25 speaker, 1610 watt sound system from Bowers & Wilkins, and this thing is so good that the last time I listened to one of these B&W sound systems, I went on a years-long journey upgrading the sound system on my Golf to be more like this because it just sounds so incredibly good. Oh my God. You also have a whole bunch of different options for how you want it to sound. They have Abbey Road sound profiles that can make it either very spacious or incredibly accurate. And oh my God, is it ever fantastic. But before I can 100% claim that it is fantastic, I need to play the audiophile's favorite song. Yep, the mic also says it is really, really good. It starts rolling off at 30 hertz in the bass region, but it still has plenty of energy at 20 hertz, and besides some kind of wibbly wobbly stuff that's probably just because of the size of the cabin, it's awesome. Back to the interior, I really like it in here. Everything feels very premium without feeling fancy or shouty or gaudy like what you might find in a BMW or a Mercedes. For the interior lighting, you have the option between white and a warmer white, which I actually really like because a lot of RGB in cars does not do warm white very well, and that's kind of what you want most of the time. I also love the simplicity of the gauge cluster right here. It gives you the information that you need and no more. Unless you want more information, then you can have a map or all of your like driving assist stuff, but I always just leave it on the simple one. We also have a wireless charger in the center that actually works consistently and fast. Most wireless chargers that I find in cars, even when you pay extra for them, really love to not work most of the time. You can also charge your key there as well. We have 2 cup holders, a nice bit of storage right here, enough for a A7C2, and this weird flappy dappy. Oh, Andy, do we have to talk about the software now?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to do it.
Fun time.
I can only describe the decisions that have been made right here as idiotic. Here we have Android Automotive, which supports Apple CarPlay, but it does not support Android Auto, which is what connects your phone to the screen. So I have been having to connect over Bluetooth with my Pixel like it is f***ing 2008. You can watch YouTube while you're parked, which is pretty neat, but the app selection is pretty limited. It's not have Apple Music, which is my preferred service of choice and one that works awesome over Android Auto. Speaking of things that make me think that the software engineers were dropped as a child, the steering wheel controls. We have a total of 12 different spots to touch, but as you can see, there are no markings on them, and also there is nothing useful that they do for the most part. I can change the display right here with this one. I can also activate Google Assistant, so that's 2 of the 6 used on the right side, and the left does nothing. Almost always. You can adjust your cruise control with it when you activate it with the stock, but things like next track, the volume, that's mostly what I want. I want next track and volume on the steering wheel. How the hell do you guys not have that when you have 12 different spots to put stuff? You can use it to adjust your mirrors though. It's the only way you can adjust them, so way worse than how you normally do it. The climate controls are of course entirely in the touchscreen, and although I would much prefer there were physical buttons for it, I have been getting along with this just fine, and they do have a really good quiet mode in auto that I have just left it in most of the time. Now, I'm not totally sure what kind of a tragic button-related incident happened to the designer of this car, but their aversion to giving you physical controls even extends to the windows, because there's the right side, there's the left side. What happens if you want to control the back? Oh, you have to press a capacitive button and now you can do the rears. But what happens if you want to do them both at once? Can I do that? No, I can't, because this car is stupid. With my whinging out of the way though, I do love this car, I actually do, and one of the things I really like about it are these sick seat belts. Look at that! And let's go for a drive, because that's where she comes alive. Well, I set up for the launch here. I just have to say the seat heat in this is one of the best that I've ever experienced in a car. Now we have sport mode on, traction control off, and holy crap! This thing is so fast. In here we have 510 horsepower, 671 pound-feet of torque, and a 0 to 60 of 4.5 seconds. It isn't just good in a straight line. I have no clue how the suspension is able to do what it does in the corners. This thing is 5,700 pounds, and even though we can feel the tires protesting, this thing handles so freaking well. Like, you can go over a bump, you can go over a speed bump, and it just settles immediately. You can easily, quickly turn into corners, but it does not sacrifice the ride quality. Like, it is so quiet in here, probably helped quite a bit by the 0.29 coefficient of drag, and overall it is just so comfortable and so quick. There is one pedal driving as an option if that's something that you prefer. In this car, I've personally just been turning it off, but I have had no trouble coming to a very nice stop at stoplights. Some EVs, the brake hold will kind of grab you right at the end, but this one right here does not have that issue at all. And I want to floor it again, but we're entering a school zone, so I'm gonna go really nice and slow because I'm a good boy. All right, brace yourself, Andy. We're going onto the highway and I'm gonna floor it. Oh my God. How did they make this handle so good? How? Once we're on the highway, the driver assists are really quite good. You can enable cruise control by pushing down on the little stalk right here, and then you can change how fast you're going with the steering wheel controls on the left. They do something every now and then, and the driver assists have been really good. The cruise control is confidence inspiring. It stays a nice distance from the people in front of you, and also the lane centering just, well, it keeps you in your lane. I don't 100% trust it, but I trust it more than the vast majority of systems out there, which for the most part I feel like kind of feels like giving your keys to a 17-year-old that just learned how to drive. I also do have to say that the safety systems in this are some of the least annoying that I have experienced in a modern vehicle. For the most part, they just get out of the way, they don't try and annoy you, and when like the rear cross traffic alert starts alerting you, there's actually a car there that you should be paying attention to, and it uses the whole Dolby Atmos spatial audio in really cool ways to tell you where there's a bush or a car or something like that around you. I know I've already said this, but like while we're on the highway here, it is just so nice and quiet in here. And with that absolutely banging sound system, it is just such a pleasant spot to be for a longer drive, as long as you have the range to get where you need to go. Another thing that is great is the backup camera. It's probably the best that I've ever seen. You get the 360 and the backup cam at the same time. It shows you where you're going. When you start getting close to something, it zooms in on the area of the screen where you're getting close to it. That's so cool. If you want to see a specific spot, you can also drag it around for this super cool little 3D view here. Hello Golf, you're looking a bit strange at the moment. Yeah, this system's awesome. I have been parking perfect. So the Polestar 3, this is an incredibly flawed car. And for 79,000 US dollars or over 100 grand Canadian, you have to pay a lot and accept a lot of compromises. But you're not compromising the sound system or the performance or the handling or the comfort. And those are really the things that matter when you're driving around in your car. And I have just loved it during my time with it. Like, it is so well executed in so many ways that I don't think I can recommend it, but if I had that kind of money, this is the car that I would be buying. Just like you should be hitting like, getting subscribed, and also check out our Patreon down below. That is the single best way to support us. Have a great old day.